Hello everybody, back here again for a vlog a day, and today is Friday the 1st, and today was a beautiful, lovely day to be alive. Woke up this morning, woke up technically throughout the morning. I slept on a couple little naps at a couple rest stops on the drive up, got up and headed up in through. Once the sun came up, I was more awake. I was doing a lot better at that point. I have that weird thing, if I don't get a good rest when I pull over and get a nap, I just struggle. But the moment that sun pops up, I am good to go. Great thing today is, though, sun popped up and it was full overcast and rain. So I never got that rebuild of the sun. Just basically restarted me. My algorithm for the whole thing was just not regenerated. So I spent the rest of the day being tired driving on into Iowa. So definitely made for a longer feeling day than what it should have been. So also moving around constantly back and forth with the butt pillow and no butt pillow, and that's the tailbone hurts and constantly shifting my lower back's out. And then also you add yourself a couple inches of pillow underneath you, so you got to move all your mirrors, and then your seat back doesn't fit right, so your lower lumbar is not getting the support it's supposed to have, and all that fun, yay fun stuff. So went ahead though, got a couple things done, drove in through, really had no major issues. Stopped for fuel a couple times, everything was good there, everything took place, it was no problem in the whole process. Still a little bit of idiots driving here and there with people just not paying attention and just driving like assholes and the whole fun thing. At one point, I finally made it up into Missouri and got north of Kirksville, and I was on 2-lane, which is, I don't drive 2-lane anymore. Like, I rarely drive 2-lane at all. And watch people pass people and just drive like assholes, and you have like a dump truck, whatever, doing 15 mile an hour below the speed limit, and then there's 3 cars all tailgating the truck and killing each other, but not passing the truck, and plenty of open times to pass. The guy that's 4 cars back now is trying to pass 3 cars in a dump truck, which is hard and hell to do. I'm like, if you're not going to pass the vehicle, people, get the hell out their ass, give me room to get the pass. So I can pass 1 vehicle at a time. It's way easier and way safer than trying to pass 4 vehicles at once. And I'm just like, holy crap. So I watched almost a head-on collision. Twice I had that situation going. And at one point, I even was in the process of passing. And as I went to pull back over, there was a dead raccoon in the road. So as I stayed over a little too long to not hit the dead raccoon, I ended up a little close to the car coming at me. So I was like, it was enough to make them look like, oh shit, I knew what was happening, it was fine. But they don't know if I'm not, drunk and not paying attention either, kind of thing too. So I'm not used to passing people in the whole process of just how far, because normally on the interstate, you get multiple lane roads. I just, you're 4 or 6 lanes. You just take your time, you set the speedometer, you set your cruise a couple mile an hour faster than them, and then you just basically take the next 3 to 4 minutes to pass them, 5-10 minutes, it doesn't matter. But here, you have like a passing zone, you have hills, you can't see what's coming. There's a lot of things I've kind of forgot about how to drive up here. So finally got in, went ahead, like I said, I dealt with some rain and whatnot. I went ahead, trying to make my mind up if I was going to Ottumwa to see my buddy and his father, or if I was going into Centerville, whatever, first. So I decided to go on in, see my mom, talk to her, and I said, hey, I need to also get a run in, so I haven't got my run done yet today and get a shower. Do you want me to swing by and pick you up, and you can go with me down to the reservoir or whatever, go for a run, and then kind of, so we can see each other a little bit earlier, just go get the run. She goes, go get the run. I said, okay, cool. So I haven't seen my mom in, a long ass time. It's going on 2 years now. So I figured she'd want to see me pretty quick. I didn't want to be that dick. Even though we're going to, see each other tomorrow, we're going to be all day today, Sunday and Monday just driving. So we're going to have plenty of time to meet, to catch back up. But it's still that whole fact, you kind of need to see your mom first kind of thing. So went ahead, went down, got my run in. From there, I headed over to, stopped at my grandfather's house. He was outside as I went by. So I stopped, talked to him for a little bit. It is what it is. I don't recall ever having a deep conversation with my grandfather. It's all superficial. What kind of mileage you get in the truck? And what year is that thing? And I'm just like, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. This is all superficial, just crap, doesn't matter. So talked to him for a little bit, and no in-depth, nothing talking about, I really miss my wife. It's a shame she died before I did, and none of that kind of crap was anything. The one thing he did say, which I was saying stuff, and it was like, yeah, what happened? He goes, sure do miss having you around here. You were really good, Lee and I. And I said, yep. I said, I did what I could. I said stuff, and I said, what the hell? And he's like, yeah, kind of really could. It's a lot harder without you around. You were a lot of help. And I said, yes, I was. I said, I did what I could again. I said, if you remember the fact that a handful of years ago, before I decided to take off and leave town, I kind of mentioned that I felt a little bit guilty about leaving my family behind and leaving you here, because the rest of my family are complete shit and they're not going to help you at all. So I'm the only one giving you any help and whatnot. And you got all kind of bowed up like, I don't need your help. I don't like, how dare you fucking try and make us feel guilty for sticking around to help us, and made it sound like I wasn't any help and I didn't do shit for you. And I thought, well, that's nice of you. I've only been doing this for, I don't know, decade plus. I've been helping you out, taking the doctor, training stuff. I remember going with you to take to grandmother's doctors and stuff when I was with a driving permit. So 14, 15 years old, I was going with you to Des Moines because you guys would get lost and argue about the traffic and all that crap. So I would go with you. I've been helping you out for over half my life in that process, and even as an 8-year-old, helping paint fences and stuff and getting paid $2 for a weekend's worth of work, and all that whole fun thing and whatnot, and never really felt appreciated. And when you blow up like that, I decided, might as well leave then, because clearly he don't give a shit if I'm here or not, and then you missed me once I'm gone. So kind of country song in there somewhere, I think, but kind of just like, shit happens. So I talked to him for a little bit and then headed back over to my mom's, grabbed a shower. Tried to order a Casey's Pizza, which is a delicious pizza, one of the better pizzas around here, and do not have them down south, so I thought I'll get one of those. And because it's homecoming weekend, apparently, which I did not realize until then, was the fact that they wanted like a couple hours to make a pizza, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. So we ended up going to get tenderloins instead. They weren't the best tenderloin I've had, but they're pretty damn good. I'm a big fan of tenderloins. They're a good meal. So I ended up having myself a nice little tenderloin, chilled out, and had myself a good time. We ended up eating those. I was going to head up to Ottumwa to see my buddy, and I was in that weird range. I'm like, it's like 6 o'clock. By the time I get there, it's 7 o'clock. Have a cigar, it's 2 hours. It's 9 o'clock, and then I got to drive home. It's 10:30 time I get to my aunt's farm. That's pretty late, and I'm like, out of hell with it. So decided not to do that. Went ahead, just headed down to the farm, hung out, talked to my aunt and uncle, chilled with them for a little bit. I always text them before I head down because I live out in the middle of nowhere on the farm. And I always text them, hey, I hang from town, you need, blah, blah. It's virtually always no. But I want to give them the heads up that I'm coming, and also the fact that it's need nothing. Got down and stuff, didn't hear from them. I thought it's kind of weird, so I showed up, and they had the back door locked. I was like, well, that's kind of locked me out of the house and stuff, so I was able to get in, no big deal. Got there, put some stuff away, we chatted a little bit, and talked and stuff, and went out, and basically came back in after we were hanging out there a while, and she goes, oh, just got the text, said you're heading down, asked one anything. And it had only been 2.5 hours or so, 2 hours at least, so we had a good little laugh and joke about that. I'm like, oh, shit happens, so went ahead, basically chilled out there, ended up on the patio, had myself a cigar, put on pants, came to Iowa and had to put on pants because I rarely wear pants in Florida. Not something I do, so I don't wear pants. So I was able to wear pants up here, which made me feel good. Enjoyed my run around the reservoir, just nice little loop I've seen before, whatever it is. Kind of missed that little loop. There's actually trails up around. I just didn't feel like taking the time and whatnot here. This trip is literally a turn and burn, so it is what it is. But yeah, then for whatever reason, couldn't get my brain to shut off. I think it was just my body was sore and I was kind of just hurting and stuff and everything, and my tailbone especially was kicking my ass. So it is what it is there. But yeah, did the best I could do. So it was like 1 a.m. I'm still awake, so not the greatest night, but should have went to Ottumwa, hung out with my buddy's dad for a little while on that. And actually, what I should have done is went there and just crashed up there, but I sleep like complete shit there because the dogs are barking all night long, and it's just, oh, it's so damn noisy. So definitely would not be able to sleep there at all. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.